Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm back out in the woods just chilling out, and a few days ago I saw one of these little gadgets online. I've never had one before, so I thought I'd give it a try, and that comes in this little netting bag here, and that is one of these Gasifier wood stoves. Just got it off eBay, like a multi-part stove, so I thought, yeah, why not, I'll give that a go. Put it together and just get a brew on, see how it performs. It's one of the cheapest ones you can get off eBay, so never had one of these before, so stay with me and we'll give it a go. Okay, let's take a look at this little fella. Is it Lixda? Lixda, the make, something like that. I can't pronounce that. I may even have that completely upside down. Who knows? But it's a cheap and cheerful stainless steel gasifying wood stove. It comes with a small griddle, a small miniature dog bowl, which I believe this is for if you want to use this as an alcohol meth stove. Not sure about that. I think the surface area of that, with it being quite great, your fuel would evaporate quite quickly. And anyways, that's something that comes with it. It's an option. And then the stove itself, it has the ring with the fold out legs to support your bush pot, cup, canteen, whatever you use. And it has down the bottom, I believe this is the ash ember box, and then the two-part stove that nests nicely together. I believe that is the way that is set up, so you can see inside the inner and outer chambers there for the gasification of the burning wood. So yeah, it's a neat tidy little thing. Like I say, I've never used one of these colours before. That's the ember catching box, I suppose. And then I'm not going to be cooking anything on here, just using the griddle. I'll put that to one side, and the meths bowl. So I guess we best get some sticks in here and light it up and see how it performs. Okay, I've put a few sticks in the firebox chamber. I've got a part used Mad Dog biscuit down here, but to be honest, in these warm conditions the wax has actually started to go soft and gooky on me, so this may be a little bit awkward, but we'll have a go. Just open the fibres up with these things to catch the spark off your ferro rod. It should light up pretty easy. Get that in there. So with something like this, it's the first time I've used a gasifying wood stove of any sorts. My go-to items, as you guys and lasses know by now, are normally my homemade easy fold up and down box stove that I've made, and or something like an Esbit stove. You know, I've used them for many years, so I'm bound to be biased and a little bit favouring on those type of things. However, in my opinion, it's always good to try something new outside of your comfort zone, even if it's just to keep it entertaining and fun. That's what this whole thing's about, you know, it's about having fun and mixing it up a bit. I thought I'd give this stove a try purely on a price point as well. And this thing was, I think it was less than £10 off eBay. I'm not quite sure what to expect, or I may even be doing this completely wrong, I don't know. But I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments if I am making a hash of it. People usually do. I think I've managed to find a hawthorn spike there. So whilst that's burning down a little ways, I'm going to bring on my pan just over here, and I'm just going to have a brew today, nothing flash or fancy. I'm just chilling out today, and I'm up here with one of my rifles, so I'm hoping to get a pigeon or some squirrel, something along those lines. So just to hopefully take a bit of meat home with me. And yes, I've remembered my gloves this time. Oh yeah. Right, I'll let that burn down to something that resembles a useful stove, and we'll get a brew on. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if this will pick up, but actually inside the burner you can actually see the fluting on the inside of this thing actually jetting up now. So the wood that is being consumed is having its gases reburnt, supposedly making this a hotter, more efficient flame. So that appears to be working quite nicely, so I guess it's time to get the brew on. Well, the stove has definitely done the job. I've got me a nice brew on the go. Probably a bit too hot, just add a bit more cold water into that, I think, just to cool it down a bit. So, first impressions, it's yeah, it's a stove. It does the job. The only criticism that I have on the first pass is, whilst doing this video, just have one cup of coffee, I've had to take the cook vessel off 2 if not 3 times to keep feeding reasonably sized pieces of wood in there. So whilst it burns efficiently and effectively, once you've got the gasification secondary burn established, it does actually consume fuel at a real good old rate. So if you're going to be doing any proper cooking, or cooking of a meal that requires, you know, a lot of heat for a long time, let's say, then you're going to be constantly having to tend this to keep refueling. That's my only initial criticism. It's light, it weighs next to nothing. I'll probably have to find the specs and the weights out and put them in the description box, because I can't remember them offhand. The only other thing I would add is this mesh bag. It's a nylon mesh bag, and whilst it serves its purpose to keep the old kit together, it does clatter around in there. It's loose fitting and it's nylon, so if you put this away still warm or hot, or you know, you're going to have a problem there. So I'm going to make myself a different pouch to put this thing in. But the actual stove itself, yeah, up to now it seems spot on. Quite pleased with it. And again, less than a tenner. So it just goes to show you don't have to spend a fortune to, you know, let me bring you up here a little way, to have a bit of fun outside. Do excuse me, the sun's just starting to move around now a little way. So yeah, you don't have to spend a fortune to have a bit of fun outside. And using one of these little Gasifier stoves, your footprint, your scorch mark is minimal. So oh yeah, that's much needed. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'd recommend it for a tenner. It's great to throw in a grab bag, or as a you know, I'd happily do a weekender with that, an overnighter especially. But like I say, only criticism is you've got to keep feeding in the fuel, otherwise, you know, it doesn't produce enough heat for very long, if that makes sense. It produces a lot of heat for a short amount of time, and the sticks soon burn down to charcoal. You get some good charcoal pieces afterwards where it's sucked all the fuel out of the wood. So that being said, I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to have my brew. Look at that cool mug, mushroom identification mug there that my good lady brought me for one of my birthday presents, I think. Love it. Oh, it's much needed. Very nice. So I'm going to trot off over there in a minute now, take my rifle. I've got my sighting in target, my little swing target as well, so I can scope it in properly for different distances. I'm going to go out there and have a bit of fun now, so that's what this is all about. So thank you very much for watching and coming along with me under my little tarp here and having a brew with me. So just a quick overview really on one of these cheap ass gasifying stoves. Seems alright up to now. I will use it more like I do with everything that I try and review. This is an overview. I will come back to it. I'll give it some proper dirt time and see how I get on with it, and then I'll do a review which will be a bit more in depth, more specifications, pros and cons, having used it for a long time or a substantial amount of time. So for now, that'll do it from me, and until next time, which won't be long, take care of each other, stay safe and have fun. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah! Happy days.